We had a really fun sequence happen on Friday night in Minnesota where the Kings played the Wolves. Awesome game and win for Sacramento, but what stood out to me was how the Kings spammed the same play over and over throughout the second half, to which I counted a total of 17 times. The best part was we actually got insight from Mike Brown on how this play came about, so I'll go ahead and let him tell the story.
One thing I would say is we run that high pick and roll action, double high pick and roll action with Fox. I don't know how many times in the second half. And it was funny because at halftime, I didn't think we were defending at the level we're capable of. And so Domas, I'm talking about defense. Because, we were shooting 56% from the field in the first half. We scored 70 points. And so Domas said, "Coach, what about that play that we spent 20 minutes on? We spent 20 minutes on this play, and you don't even call it one time." I said, "Domas, you're right." I said, "You're 100% right. I'll call a play, all right? But we scored 70 points, and we're shooting 56 or 57% from the field." And he goes, okay, I got you defensively. I said, "Okay, get me defensively, and I'll call a play." And I don't know how many times. I probably called a play 28 times at least. So after the game, I asked Domas, I said, "Domas, did I call a play enough for you?" He said, "Yes, Coach." I said, "Thanks for holding me accountable."
So now let's go ahead and dive into the play and see why the Kings fell in love with it down the stretch. It's a really simple design actually. It's just an extended out horn set, so you have both Sabonis and Barnes setting high ball screens, and Fox has the option to choose which side he wants to come off of. The power of this play comes from how high these screens are set. Extending them out to near half court like this lets Fox get downhill quicker, while also stretching these defenders out to the perimeter. So when Fox explodes off that pick from HB and attacks the basket, there's no one there to meet him at the rim. The setup here is to have both a stretch big and a roll big setting the screens, so when Fox comes off that Lyles pick, Lyles pops while JaVale rolls. Naz Reid is going to give a very soft hedge on the ball, then retreat back to Lyles, and Towns isn't going to be much of a deterrent at the rim for Fox. Again, just look at how high these screens are coming from, nearly half court. Fox is going to come off on Barnes' side here again, and the Wolves want Towns to hedge. But asking him to hedge on De'Aaron Fox in space this far away from the basket is a disaster waiting to happen. Gives a very half-hearted effort, and Fox easily weaves around him and has the easiest lick from three he had all night. Here the Wolves are going to have their four-man show and give a very soft hedge again. Good recognition by Fox, who gives it back to Lyles on the pop, just misses a good look for three. Here Fox actually comes off on the 5 side this time. Towns is in a soft drop, but focused more so on containing Fox. This frees up the lob over the top to JaVale on the roll, which is where the beauty of this play is. Since both big men are engaged in the high pick and roll action, the defense doesn't have their ideal weak side coverage to be able to stop this. Same thing here, Fox explodes this time and gets to a spot for a floater in the lane that's usually automatic, but this miss gives JaVale an easy rebound and put back. Towns is out of the picture because he had to contain and contest Fox. This means that you have 6-foot Mike Conley boxing out JaVale on the roll, which obviously isn't going to be too much of a factor. Fox does a great job here pre-screen and setting Conley up. He leads Conley into that screen from Kessler where he loses his balance, freeing Fox to get downhill to his right. Gobert contains the roll from Sabonis. Now you have a wide open mid-range jumper and Fox isn't going to miss that. And Fox really just picked apart whatever coverage the Wolves tried, and it honestly didn't matter. That screen from Barnes forces a switch this time, with the defender having trouble getting around it. But obviously the Wolves don't want to leave Naz Reid on an island against Fox, so watch Troy Brown really load the gaps one pass away, so Fox kicks out back to HB and lets him attack the closeout. Towns is going to hedge here again, and Barnes is left uncovered on the perimeter when he pops. Fox swings it, and HB again attacks off the catch with Gobert flying by. Barnes did an awesome job on his drives this game, and this is really what you need to see out of him. So the Kings ran this set a total of 17 times in the second half according to my count. And though they weren't able to score every trip down, they generated a good shot almost every possession and were able to pick apart whatever defensive coverage Minnesota threw at them. This is awesome for a number of reasons. For one, coaching. Brown listening to his players and trusting them has been a consistent theme for Sacramento, but also going back to this action over and over again. Sometimes basketball can be simple, and if a team cannot stop something, then just keep running it until they do. And also from the player's perspective, Sabonis being mad that the Kings spent time working on this play just to not run it is hilarious, and he feels comfortable enough to hold Mike Brown accountable. And of course a huge shout out to Fox, who really made this play work. His downhill attacking made all of this possible, and his decision making was about as good as you can ask for. So as always, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you all next time.